What is going on, guys? It is your boy Bio2k, and today, man, I'm going to be bringing you guys a little bit of like a feedback sort of video here. So really quick, before we get into this, I need you guys to do me a favor and comment down below your main issues that you guys have with Unlimited. Now, please do me a favor and keep it respectful. Again, I'm going to try to take this video and send it over to some gameplay devs and stuff like that and try to get some fixes done. So, like I said, do me a favor and comment down some respectful comments about Unlimited and what you want to see changed about it. So the reason why I'm recording this video here today is because I just got done streaming. You guys know I do stream on Twitch. The link to that is in the description down below. But I'm actually going to be going through some stuff that just kind of happened, and this isn't going to discredit anybody that I played or anything like that. We played about 5 games. I won 3 and I lost 2, and we're going to be focusing on the games that I lost. Now, this is why I'm saying this now. Both of my opponents I played, I am not discrediting them. They kind of won the game fair and square. It's not really their fault the game's the way that it is. But I'm going to be talking about why I want to see change to Unlimited and what I think needs to be changed. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and leave a like on it. Like I said, comment your feedback down below. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to, ask for subscribers or anything in this video. This is strictly just for a feedback style video. So yeah, just do me a favor and comment down below your feedback. And if you guys do agree with what I'm saying, do me a favor and drop a like on it. It's just an easy way for me to tell them, be like, hey, look at how many people actually, are agreeing with what I'm saying. So do me a favor and do that. But we're going to transition over to Twitch here, and I'm going to show you guys kind of some of the stuff that I definitely had a problem with what I had to play through. This is actually the very first game that I did play, where I did take an L in the last stream. Now, you guys can see by the score, it was 63-38. Now, I know that looks a lot worse than what it actually was. You guys can go ahead and take a look at the game yourself. It was about, I would say 17 or 18, and then I just started taking 5-second violations because my controller was over there, and I was sitting over here. But yeah, so what actually ended up happening so let me explain the percentages and stuff like that. So I shot 50%, 25% from 3. All 4 of the 3s I made were greens. 1 was with Kyrie Irving. The next 3 was with Bailey Howell. Now, the 3s that I had with Bailey Howell were in the corners when the rotations, which we'll talk about in a minute, that happened, and I just got wide open. I was able to green them, no problem. Kyrie Irving, I think, was not like a pull-up, but it was a run-in transition, a stop-pop, easy green kind of 3 there. The rest of them were same thing with Bailey Howell. They were wide open corner 3s, and I'm talking with guys like Allen Houston, John Stockton, Draymond Green, George Mikan, all those sort of guys, and apparently none of them could drop. And I'm not mad that I didn't make them because they were whites or whatever. My problem is now that you transition over to my opponent, which, as I said before, I'm not discrediting this opponent by any means. He was a very good player, and honestly, I'm not mad that I lost to him. I'm not mad because he was a good player, and it made it a little bit better that at least, I know he was a good player, so it's not like I lost to some random that just got lucky. You know what I mean? So my opponent shot 81% and 79% from 3. At this point in the game, he greened 1 shot. Okay? 1 shot. Now, I know my opponent was good, like I said, so I know he could have greened more of his shots. Now, it's probably the same thing that was happening to me where the game just didn't want you to green. But my problem is why am I shooting 4 of 16, well, technically 0 of 12 without the greens, and with his 1 green, he shot 10 of 13. So 10 of 13 from him, no greens. 0 of 12 for me, no greens. I don't understand how that's a thing when we're realistically taking the same shot, because I had the same problem on defense where my guys would just rotate in for no reason and he'd get wide open 3s, and he was able to make 10 out of 13 when I was 0 of 12. So that's one issue where I feel like shooting needs to be fixed. Now, hopefully this gets passed on to the right people, and this is where I'm going to explain a very easy fix, which a lot of people I've already talked to, and a lot of people agree with me how shooting needs to be. You need to revert shooting back to day 1. Day one, right when the game came out and shooting was a thing and everybody was complaining that none of their shots are going in. That was perfect. Nobody had time to adjust, so everybody was just complaining. You need to revert shooting back to day 1. However, you need to make the green window a little bit bigger. Not 1,000 times bigger to where all you have to do is close your eyes and click the button and it'll green. You need to make it a little bit bigger, okay? So if it's not like this, or if it's like this, you need to make it like that, okay? Like a little bit, nothing too crazy. Make it a little bit bigger and make it so whites don't go in. Nobody's going to complain that if you don't green a shot and it doesn't go in, like nobody's going to complain about that. The only thing is you need to make the green window bigger. You can't just leave it at that tiny little sliver to where you're shooting slightly lates or slightly earlys every single time down the floor, because then everybody will be shooting like 10% at the end of the game. So that is the biggest adjustment when it comes to shooting. Day one shooting with a bigger green window is fine. Now that these cards are coming out with bigger better three balls and better badges, shots are going to go in a little bit easier. So you can't just let people smack full white after white. It's not even full whites anymore. It's literally because I've played people where they hit earlys and lates on me. You just need to make it so it's day one shooting and make it so it is, again, just a bigger green window and it'll be a little bit better to shoot. Outside of that, this game that I played, I had no problems. Everything else was fine. I threw some baited passes. He threw some baited passes. We both got some steals. Life was good. You see, I had 4. He had 5. I did throw some baited passes. Completely fine. But again, it all comes down to the fact that he shot 10 of 13 and I shot 0 of 12 and they were all whites. That cannot happen. So this is actually from game 2. Now, this is the next thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be Algo in 2K and stuff like that. So you guys can see right now I am down by 9. Now, I feel like there's honestly 2 different things that happen on Unlimited to cause an Algo shift, and it's obviously like changing up your gameplay a little bit and actually, getting stops and actually doing what you're, supposed to do as far as actually adjusting and getting stops. And then there's like the thing where the game forces things to happen that cause problems. So right here, I'm going to play in the background. You guys are going to see that I'm down by 9. Now right here is one of the first things. He helps off the corner with Scola. I end up hitting a white, which again, I really feel like shouldn't happen as much. So right here, you guys are going to see that I actually do make a few different adjustments. So right here, I send the very first double team of the game at him, and he immediately throws a turnover, which is okay, makes sense, whatever. I attack the rim, hop step, get Kyrie wide open, and I get an easy layup. So continuing on here, you guys can see that I bait him perfectly into getting another steal, and then I get a wide open dunk, okay? And then we're going to run down the floor. This is not like 2K causing Algo. Right here, you guys are going to see. I wait, and then again, I send a double team, and I'm jumping that passing lane because I knew exactly where he was going to throw the ball, and then we get a wide open 3, and we miss. So right there, I see nothing wrong with that, okay? Because I was the one getting my stops. I had all the momentum in the world, and I mistimed that shot. I know I mistimed that shot. I didn't even blame the game. I didn't say, oh my God, like this is unbelievable. No, I mistimed that shot. So I see nothing wrong with me missing that shot. I had all the momentum going for me. That shot would have put me in the lead. But again, I see nothing wrong. I'm the one that mistimed that shot. Had I had my meter on, maybe I would have greened it or something. But I'm not mad at that. I honestly think that that is a completely okay thing that can happen in a game. However, when an Algo switch happens again, where I'm just going to let this play in the background because I honestly don't remember what happened after this. But it's the little things that happen where, so say I missed that shot and the Algo switched or whatever the case is, right? So right here, look at Spreewell. I had to click on to make sure he got there. And you guys can see, I get a little frustrated right here. Now, I was trying to go to the defensive settings thing, and I was getting pissed, yeah. But that's off-ball pressure on tight. You guys can see I didn't change it. But Spreewell was standing almost in the paint, and Stockton was on the perimeter, which this is going to kind of transition to our next thing, which you guys can see again. It pulled me straight down right into the paint, forcing a turnover. Now, I get it back because I rotate to the corner and get the steal. That was a backcourt, I think. I could go back and see that. But again, you guys can see right there that the help defense in this game, as I smack another white, puts me within 2. Help defense in this game and defensive settings, that is by far the biggest issue I'm going to say in this game right now. Because shooting is bad, but shooting is bad because of how many times you get left wide open in the corners or whatever the case is. So this is going to kind of transition into the next thing about the corners rotating down and all that sort of fun stuff. Like you guys can see right there, his guy just instantly ran down, which led me to be able to green a wide open 3 in the corner. So this is actually, like I said, the biggest thing that I think needs to be fixed this year. And defensive settings and rotations, like defensive settings just don't matter apparently. And rotations are just beyond broken. And it really is one of the main things that makes Unlimited so unplayable, because realistically on defense, you're spending most of your time trying to fix rotations rather than actually play defense. And I feel like that is a big problem. So before I show you guys these clips, this is the final minute of the game. I am down by 8. The fourth quarter was just going back and forth, and then he hit some more shots and hit more whites in the corner, which is fine. It's whatever. But this is, again, the big thing here. So my defensive settings this entire game was on-ball pressure is on smother, off-ball pressure is on deny, and then everything else, like, the only other thing that was touched was the help option, and it was set to no help, okay? So set on no help, that means you're not supposed to rotate down. This is the final minute of the game, okay? So watch Allen Houston on this play. So not only does he cut in, but then he runs up at Paul George for literally no reason. So I'm just going to show this one more time. Watch Allen Houston. So when PG starts moving, he cuts in, leaving Stockton wide open, but then he runs up for whatever reason. Like, so it's a little frustrating to see that happen, because that basically was like the dagger right there. You know, I had a minimal shot at least trying to come back, whatever. But yeah, so not only that, but the possession literally right after this, you guys can see that he's dribbling around with Stockton, doing his thing, whatever the case is, right? I think it's Draymond this time that rotates down. So you see KD doing whatever, and yeah, there Draymond goes right into the paint, and then he hits a full white, or hits a white. So again, watch Draymond. Like, I don't understand why that happens when my settings specifically say to not do that. I have it to say do not leave your guy and stay on him. Stay tight on him. And he just dips into the paint. The thing is about this play specifically is Draymond or KD didn't even really start to cut yet, I don't think. I think he just went through the screen, took one step. Oh, okay, no, he did start. I guess he did cut in. But still, that's not justified for KD to rotate in like that. Like, I literally just don't want to play Unlimited, and a lot of people don't want to play Unlimited because of how bad the shooting is and how bad the help defense is. Help defense makes no sense in this game, as I showed you guys at Allen Houston, but more importantly, again, Draymond just completely leaving that wide open and basically sealing the game. So that is the main issues that I need to see fixed, or not even me, that we all need to see fixed, is the help defense in this game, the algo in this game, and shooting. Like I said with shooting, revert it back to day one with a bigger green window. Algo needs to make sense. It needs to be more consistent. Base it off of actual player action and not forced action, as in, like I said, me getting stops myself versus people just, you know, me getting forced into bump steals and stuff like that. And third and final thing, defensive settings need to actually matter. That was a good move by him right there. I even said that in my stream. I literally was like, you know what, that was pretty good. But defensive settings need to mean something, and honestly, just the rotations need to stop being so broken. It is absolutely ridiculous with how bad, like, Unlimited really is. So hopefully we can see a fix. Like I said, leave a like on this video if you guys do agree with what I'm saying. If you guys feel free to put your own comments down below, but please keep them respectful. And yeah, peace.